Busy.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Been busy changing tires and getting stuck behind road hazards and shit.
Yeah. Understandable.
Two and a half hour trip took us 5 hours.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
Because you got
So,
a flat tire?
well, that's the first thing that happened, and then we got on the 99, that big outer loop,
Mm-hmm.
and they made everybody get off the road and like go two or three blocks through two or three stoplights, and then finally get back on. It was insane.
Well,
So yeah, long trip home. What's up, Chad?
Not much, man. Just recovering from the last 2 days of being an asshole.
Uh
Drinking too much.
oh.
But I'm back at it tonight for you guys, so.
I hope so. Yeah. All right. All right. We're recording. You guys ready?
yeah, let's do it.
Okay. All right. We all know how this goes. 3, 2, 1. All right, guys. Welcome back, one and all, to the Horror Returns. I'm Lance, and with me, as always, are my co-hosts Brian and Philip. Nez is in LA, so I'm sure we'll get a lot of pictures with 20 or 30 different movie stars over the week. But we are joined by Chad C. I guess you're still the resident new movie reviewer at Binge Media, or how does that work, man?
Yeah, we're taking a little bit of a binge use hiatus. We're gonna maybe retool it a little bit, come back maybe sometime early next year. But yeah, I mean, we're about to relaunch movie homework too. There's a lot of changes happening at binge right now, and the kind of overall, the full binge has kind of changed and everything. So we're ironing some things out, and then yeah, hoping to relaunch those shows, get them going a little bit tweaked. So yeah, a little bit stale. I felt like I get tired of talking about new movies and not being able to spoil anything. So it's like,
oh yeah,
yeah,
it's tough.
It's hard, and one person hasn't seen it, so yeah, it's always a little difficult. So. But yeah, we're working on those,
right.
and we got the 12 days of binge commentaries coming up in December. That's what we're really tooling around for December. So yeah.
All right.
Get ready for that.
Looking forward to it, man. Glad to see you back, man. It was good meeting up with you recently.
Yeah, a couple weeks ago. It was a good time.
So all right, so kind of, I guess the format of the show. We always start with Cool of the Week. We let our guest go first if they would like to. So you have a Cool of the Week?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, it's been a while since I've been on too. I'm pretty behind on everything right now. What I did catch this week was the series finale of Atlanta, though.
Okay.
Which, yeah, that finally wrapped up after 4 seasons here. Actually, season 3 and 4 both aired this year. But yeah, it just ended as I love the show. It's weird. It's Lynchian surrealism. It's each one episode follows the main characters, and then the next you're in like an anthology episode for a few of the episodes in a row, and then it just jumps all over the place. But I think that's kind of what makes it special. But yeah, highly recommend all 4 seasons. It was a really good time. So
All right.
That's where I'm at.
That was easy, right?
Yeah.
Right to Atlanta. Philip, you get 7 or 8 this week?
Yeah, actually I do, because I haven't been on in a couple weeks. So good to see you guys again.
You haven't been. That's right.
But I'll skip over some of the mundane stuff, like baseball movies and new episode of Yellowstone, which was pretty good. But Ancient Apocalypse, have you guys seen that? It's on Netflix.
Dude, I almost sent that link to you because I knew you'd be all over that.
Oh man, Grant Hancock is one of my favorite people, and he's hosting it. It's fantastic. If you like the UFO stuff, you should like that. Even though it's not really UFO oriented, but it's
none of it is.
Not blatantly. It's more of a theory of everything kind of a deal, with a whole lot of actual proof behind a lot of it.
Okay, so tell me if this is about what it's like. So it's basically saying that there were, like, we've had several great societies rise and fall before us, right? We just don't have records of them.
Very likely, yeah. And if there was anything, the only thing left behind would have been these giant megaliths, like Stonehenge, like the Sphinx,
where the demons dwell.
Yeah. Like all these ancient pyramids in South America and China and all over the place, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
and maybe that's something that we didn't build, or somebody that came before us did, or somebody that came before us taught us how to build, something along those lines.
Oh, here we go. Here we go, Chad. Here we go.
I love that shit. And I also watched, let's see, Grave Encounters 2. I went on like a Shudder.
Is that good?
Yeah, it's not bad.
Okay.
You ever seen the original one?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you probably seen the second one too, Brian.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. I like that found footage stuff, man. It was a good middle of the night, turn your brain off, get scared movie. And Barbarian, but we'll talk about that next week.
Nice. Okay.
Another Shudder one that I watched was Deadstream.
Oh, I haven't seen. Brian's seen it. I haven't seen it yet.
It was so good, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. It looks kind of goofy and stupid. It's this YouTuber who goes to a haunted house, and I think it's only on Shudder.
Yeah, it's a Shudder original.
Yeah, and so he goes and apparently he got in some kind of trouble over some stuff in the past, and so he's trying to like redeem himself. And so he goes and spends the night in this like super haunted house or whatever, and then unleashes a bunch of demons and ghosts. It's got a very like Blair Witch meets Evil Dead kind of thing going.
Oh no shit! I've heard
Yeah.
I've heard great things. I've just never snuck it in yet for the year. So
Yeah.
probably one.
I was gonna say, I just think it's hilarious the parts where he's trying not to curse because he doesn't want to get any copyright or not copyright. He doesn't want YouTube to strike him or demonetize him.
Yeah.
It's close to home.
Later. Let's demonetize this bitch.
Yeah.
Anyway, fucking fantastic movie, and I think that one has to be right there as my cool of the week.
Oh shit. Okay, I'll check it out.
If it's not Barbarian, I can't give too much about that one away.
Yeah. Well, we'll talk more about that next week.
Yeah.
You want to jump in, Brian?
Yeah, I got a TV show and 2 movies. TV show, I checked out the first episode of speaking of Yellowstone. What's Taylor Sheridan?
Yeah, Taylor Sheridan.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, his new show on Paramount Plus, Tulsa King. With
Rocky Balboa.
Oh yeah.
I only seen the first episode, but I actually dug it.
Yeah.
It was a little bit more comedic than I thought it was going to be.
Comedic? I didn't get that vibe at all from the trailers and stuff.
Yeah, I mean it's not like a comedy or anything, but it's a little bit, because it follows Stallone. He's a mobster. He does, I think, like 25 years in prison. He gets out, and he's expecting to. He kept his mouth shut, so he's expecting to, get what's coming to him. And basically, everybody's telling him things change. There's nothing for you here, but we have something in Tulsa, Oklahoma. You can go there. Nobody's running things there. You can set up whatever you want there and take over, and that's essentially the first episode is him kind of getting to know Tulsa, the people there, and he's been in prison for 25 years, so he's kind of out of touch with stuff. He's asking to call him a cab, and they're like, "This is your Uber app," and he's like, "I don't have an app."
Fish out of water.
And he's playing his age because his character is 75 years old, so it's not like he's playing a younger version of himself. So. Not bad.
Yeah.
I thought it was like a witness protection program thing or something.
That's what I thought. Like My Blue Heaven. Y'all remember that movie, My Blue Heaven?
Yeah.
No, he straight up says it in the, I think, the opening, like kind of little monologue that, he's married to this life. He chose this life a long time ago, and nothing's ever going to change. So that's why he kind of expected to get what was his before,
Sure.
There's like new leadership and new bosses, and basically the younger generation is kind of took over, and they're like, no, you can go to Tulsa. You can go to Tulsa, or you can have nothing. So
man, that has a lot of potential, actually. That's pretty cool setup.
And I didn't know Taylor Sheridan was the creator of this one, because he seems to have his hands in a lot of different shows lately. So
busy guy. He's done a lot of great movies, right, Chad?
Yeah, Wind River, and he's got a tracker. I've never watched Yellowstone either. I've never watched really any of his TV shows, but his movies I've seen. Yeah.
Oh, dude, Yellowstone is really good. It's like Sons of Anarchy with cowboys.
Sold. Last night, I kind of double dipped at the theater. Saw the new movie we're going to talk about later. But me and my wife also saw Black Adam finally.
Yeah? I know you've been dying for that, man.
Yeah, I had fun with it. It's not the greatest DC movie, but it had a lot of fun action. The Rock's the Rock in it. He's even when he's speaking this ancient language, he's still the Rock. It's not like he's doing accents or anything. He just is who he is.
Right.
The action was really good. I like the new characters that were introduced, and for a PG-13 rated superhero movie, he fucking murders a lot of people in this movie.
Oh boy. Okay.
A lot.
More than Venom.
His body count's way higher than Venom. So that's a pretty fun one. Do you need to go rush out to the theater and try to catch it before it leaves? No. There's other means, but we were just happen to be at the theater. We had extra time, and it was a movie we wanted to catch in theater. So
of all the superhero movies that have come out in the past little while, it's so saturated. It seems like Black Adam is actually one that I wanted to see.
Yeah. And my cool little week, another superhero movie, I caught it last week after we got done recording, was Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. Thought it was a really great film. Not as good as the first one. Really? I appreciate they took a chance on doing it. It's okay. First of all, if you're looking for just full-blown action throughout the movie, in a superhero movie, you're not going to like this.
I've heard.
This is dealing with T'Challa's death, and it's they said this whole phase 4 was dealing with grief and loss, and this movie was going to cap off the end of the phase, and it hits you with the grief and loss right away. Affected my wife deeply because she lost her brother a couple years ago, and they get right into it. So if you're looking for action and just all out, anything like the first Black Panther, then you'll probably be disappointed. But if you're going into thinking, this is going to be something different, then I think you'll like it. My only problems with it, it's over 2.5 hours. Probably could have took a good 30 minutes off the runtime, but they had a lot to tell. So they have
a lot of story to tell.
Loved Namor. His introduction.
Oh yeah, the Submariner is in this one.
Yeah, I love that they changed the background because Aquaman is Atlantean, so they changed this background to have a more Mayan.
Ancient apocalypses, Philip.
There you go.
Was a little disappointed we didn't get enough of his underwater world, and I kind of felt like some of the scenes underwater were kind of lit a little too darkly, but Marvel, they'll listen to the complaints and fix it next time. But I think he's a good addition to the MCU. So that Black Panther is
cooler than the original Namor.
Yeah, and they did a super respectful job dealing with Chadwick's death. Very, very sad. Very sad.
Yeah, I think they did as bad as well as you could do with your main star dying for the movie, right? But like you said, I think at least 20 to 30 minutes could have been shaved off. It was way too long, but I enjoyed it as well.
And it had that same, when they do the Marvel Studios logo and it has like the little clips inside the letters of Marvel scenes. They did it different where they had the different clips of Chadwick in there.
Yeah, I heard something about that too. I heard it on Binge Media, in fact.
Yeah, it was just complete silence during that scene.
Yeah.
kind of felt like when Infinity War ended, when everybody was snapped away and the whole theater was just quiet. It had that same feel. So,
all right,
I liked it, but if somebody said that they were disappointed into it, I can totally see why, because they went a completely different route. And
we'll see what they do with the new Black Panther. That's the saddest part there.
Yeah, I don't want to spoil it, but for this movie, I think they did a good job of what they had, but I don't think that person will carry on. I think it was for this movie.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
It'll definitely be passed on. They brought up a lot of stuff to talk about later, because I think there's supposed to be a Disney Plus Wakanda series, and I think they can tell a whole lot during that. They don't necessarily have to do another Black Panther movie. So, but this one's killing the box office, so Black Panther 3 is coming. So
sure. And I wonder if Submariner is going to be maybe part of the Avengers or something at some point. Hasn't he been with the Avengers in the comics
in the comics, but he's sort of an anti-hero. He's kind of a
I thought he was
okay.
He's the villain for this movie, but if we
really?
people that know him for the comics know he's eventually. But I think there's a little bit more to this storyline to be told. So eventually, yeah, but right now I think he's still kind of villain-esque.
Mm-hmm.
He's got a reason to be the way he is, essentially. So
kind of like Killmonger did.
Yeah.
Like he was our favorite. I guess so what you're saying is the Black Panther movies give us our best villains.
I've been really thinking about it. Phase 4 have gave us our best villains. They haven't gave us the best movies, but I think they gave us the best villains. I liked the Mandarin and Shang-Chi and Namor in this one, or just a couple to name. Going back, I think we got the best villains out of Phase 4. Not the best movies, but Phase 4 is closed. So Ant-Man's the next one.
On we go, right?
Yeah.
Kind of not interested in Ant-Man either.
Come on, those are fun. Those are always fun.
I know.
We get Kang. Kang's gonna be a big villain. He's a big villain in the comics, and
right.
I just have kind of lost interest in Marvel altogether lately.
No, don't say that. Well, come on, man.
Yeah, I do understand that, and I was gonna talk about it, but we got a lot of stuff to move on to. But I think there's gonna be a big shift from Marvel to DC with things they're working on in DC. So they seem to be getting their shit together.
Okay, we'll see.
Now's the time to take advantage of that.
With James Gunn running creative, and then they got a guy specifically to be the financial guy, not to interfere with creative. Right. That's a step in the right move, in my opinion.
We'll see how it goes. I'll reserve judgment till a few good movies have come out.
That's fair.
But that being said, I haven't seen Black Adam yet, so I guess I can't really speak to that. But
it's out there.
All right. Well, so we were super serious. So let me go a totally different route. I'm gonna pull a Phillip here, Brian. You remember how when we did Cool of the Week, a lot of the times Phillip would do a comedy movie?
Yeah.
Like fucking out of the blue. If you guys haven't had a chance yet, you got to check out Weird, the Al Yankovic story.
Oh, I haven't watched it yet. I've heard good things though.
You seen it, Chad?
Yeah, I liked it. It was fun.
Brian, have you seen it yet?
No, I was good. You sent me the recommendation. I didn't. You already know I had a lot going on this week.
It's probably one of the most true to life and serious. They do a lot of. I can't keep a straight face. All right, yeah. So like in the first 5 minutes, he's busted by his parents for going to a polka party. So that's going to kind of tell you where the movie goes from there. But
is that a bad thing?
Well, I will say this. You guys might, little known fact, he actually wrote "Eat It," and then Michael Jackson completely fucking stole his musical notes and did a song called "Beat It." So totally unfair, And then of course Madonna put a hit out on him. So you got to check it out, Brian. There's nothing serious about it.
I said it before. Daniel Radcliffe, he chooses some interesting movie roles.
He's got range. I'll give him that.
He might be the smartest man in Hollywood. Chad, what do you think?
Well, I mean, he had his franchise. Everyone knows him for that, and then he just branches off and does weird shit. Yeah, like does horns and all these other weird things. Yeah,
Swiss Army Man.
Right?
He what was that movie? Jay and Silent Bob. He got his motherfucking movie check, and now he gets to pick whatever role he wants to do.
Yeah, there you go.
Why not? Why not? So that's it. I've seen a lot of shit this week. Thank God I finally had time to catch up on The Walking Dead and start Yellowstone. And yes, Chad, once The Walking Dead regular show is done, dude, I'm tapping out of everything. I'm not gonna watch any of these fucking spin-offs,
I don't believe you.
No, I promise.
You're still watching it.
I promise.
Still watching.
Well, yeah, I've got one episode to go. In fact, I think it airs tonight. So
yeah, I saw that. I had no idea the series finale was happening at all.
Yeah, this
kind of
is
says
it,
all about that show, right?
Yep, this is it.
I saw a graph of. Yeah, I saw a graph of the ratings of each season
of
that show and how they just dropped so much in the last few seasons. I think the last episode I watched was the Negan killing Glenn and Abraham. Spoiler alert.
Yeah, that was pretty crazy, dude. And after that, it just got silly. So yeah, it's just so fucking repetitive, the same shit over and over again. So let's move on to something happy. Brian, you got any horror headlines for us?
Yeah, I didn't take any notes, so I'm going to go off my postings. So my news is kind of going to be all over the place. The upcoming Salem's Lot remake will be officially rated R for bloody violence and language.
I would hope so.
Phill,
you'd be disappointed.
Another James Wan produced film.
Produced, Philip.
Yeah, but Salem's Lot, how bad could it be?
Another movie that I totally forgot was even coming out is going to be rated R for terror and violent content, which is Stephen King's The Boogeyman adaptation.
Okay.
And this will be coming to Hulu, which I've not been mad with these Hulu movies. You know, Prey, Hellraiser.
Yeah, those are the good ones. They've had a few. They've had a few stinkers too.
Yeah, but you know, another one we'll talk about later was a Hulu.
Yeah,
direct to Hulu.
Yeah, it's all the Searchlight movies. It's where Disney's pretty much relegated all of Searchlight's since they bought Fox. What their movies are going to Hulu. So yeah.
All right, that makes sense. I
forgot Disney owns the entire planet.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think they own this podcast. I don't know.
I hope so. I want my royalty check.
I totally forgot his character's name. Joseph Quinn. He's from. He was in the last season of Stranger Things. He was the guy that plays the guitar solo.
Oh, of course. Yeah. Everybody knows that guy.
Yeah, he is in talks to star in A Quiet Place Day One, the prequel movie.
Okay.
Okay. Didn't you also say that? Who else is in that? Little Monsters.
Lupita Nyong'o.
There you go. There you go. So, anybody else, or is that just the only two we know about so far?
You're gonna make me do some
research.
That's all right. That's the news. Yeah, that's the big news, right? That's the big.
You said Little Monsters. I was like, Brett Savage.
When Chad said that, that's exactly. It was like Howie Mandel.
With a big glove, right? Oversized glove.
This is another movie I totally forgot was in pre-production. Kaylee Spaney, she was in Pacific Rim Uprising, The Craft Legacy. What's the movie with Thor where he was the cult leader?
Oh, that was pretty good. Bad Times at the El Royale or something like that.
The little young crazy girl that was in it.
Okay.
Yeah, her. She is in talks to star in Fede Alvarez's Alien franchise film.
Yeah, right. I've heard about 20,000 Alien movies are coming out, Chad.
Yeah.
I don't think one of them's come to film yet.
Well, yeah, the show's supposed to be coming too, right?
Sure.
Sure. Noah Hawley's show.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, let's just keep Ridley Scott away from it at this point, okay?
He's probably at death's door, dude. How old is that guy?
Yeah, I mean, I love Ridley for what he created, but at this point, it's like we don't need get some fresh blood in there to do an Alien movie at this point.
Oh, you didn't like the one he made about the fucking the guys from the shit. What's the one I'm thinking about? No, not Prometheus. The one after that with
actually one of my favorites.
The
man.
one
I don't mind Prometheus. I just wish it was something else. Like it should have been a sci-fi movie. He just tried to tie it all back to Alien. Same with Covenant. I mean,
I'm talking about the one with the two Boston guys, right? Where they tried to do British accents as a king of the night.
The last duel. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, that was last year. Yeah, you get to see a rape from two different perspectives over and over.
Right.
Way too long.
One rape scene per movie is enough, right?
Yeah, I think that's pretty fine. Actually, you could do no rape scenes, but whatever works. Whatever tells the story, I guess.
Their whole wardrobe for that movie was, how can we make these people look as much like douchebags as possible?
Right.
I have not seen it, but all I'm remembering is Matt Damon and Ben Affleck's haircuts.
Yes. That's what I'm saying. They look ridiculous.
Dude, our number one fan, Patreon fan, Al Ramsur, man, he said it was awesome. So
they look ridiculous. It takes you out of it when you see, Ben Affleck pop up.
Oh, it took me way out of it. Way out of it.
Hooch soul patch or something.
All right, I got 3 more things to add. First, not really horror, but I thought it sounded pretty cool. Chad mentioned Searchlight Studios. Another company that's run through Hulu is 20th Century Studios, which is owned by Disney.
Also owned by Disney.
Yeah, they have hired Radio Silence to direct a sequel to Escape from New York. Now, Radio Silence did Ready or Not with Samara Weaving, the last Scream movie. Familiar. Okay. The last Scream movie. So, and word is it's not a remake; it's a sequel because Kurt Russell's coming back.
Okay.
Huh.
So, a lot better idea than totally remaking it, I think.
Yeah, sure. I can't have a new Snake. No way.
Yeah.
Right.
And if you've seen Escape from LA, it's anywhere but up from that movie.
How dare you?
Maybe
that surfing scene's amazing.
Brian, maybe Dane DeHaan. Maybe Dane DeHaan will step in and play Snake, Brian.
You know what? I'd watch it just for the fact that it's going to be so bad it's good quality. Snake always looking like
heroin eyes.
I was going to say, watch Dane always looking like he needs to take a nap in between action scenes. Okay, with the success of Smile crossing over 200 million in the box office, Paramount Pictures has appointed former Warner Brothers exec Walter Hamada to oversee the whole entire horror branch. So
nice.
They're going to go all in on Paramount as far as their horror movies.
Yeah, I watched Smile Friday night for the 3rd time, man. That's the only movie this year I've seen 3 times, I think.
Really? You liked it that much?
Yeah, I fucking loved it, dude. The soundtrack and sound editing were amazing.
I haven't watched it yet on Paramount, but is the sound, because you and me talked about the sound quality in the theater. Is it different watching at home?
Not really. I watched it on a pretty good TV at my brother's house, so it caught everything. But it's one of those movies that to me at least it's one of those that doesn't kind of get too old after a couple of watchings. So that's always a good sign. There's a couple that have been like top 10 contenders that I had to rewatch, and on the second watch, I'm kind of like, maybe top 20. But that one's standing strong, Chad. That one's standing strong.
Interesting. I did not enjoy Smile.
Yeah. Hey, that's why we do what we do, right?
Yeah, I feel like it's something I need to go watch it again.
It made so much money. It was originally supposed to go to Paramount Plus. There's going to be prequels and sequels, and it just crossed 100 million last weekend. So yeah, it's we're getting a Smile franchise for sure.
Oh yeah, definitely.
We're gonna keep smiling.
That's the problem.
That's right.
Does every movie have to be a franchise?
Yes.
When it makes that money, hell yeah, that's how it works.
Okay, last little bit of news here. This comes from Variety, and they are reporting that James Wan and Jason Blum are in advanced talks to merge their companies, which Wan owns Atomic Monsters Productions, and of course Jason Blum owns Blumhouse. They're in talks to merge into one company, which most likely they're not gonna get rid of the Blumhouse name. So
yeah, I mean it's a huge deal. Warner Brothers letting James Wan go, it's enormous. He's going to Universal now, so now Universal's got Blum, Wan, Jordan Peele, and Shyamalan, who are arguably four of the bigger names in horror right now making movies.
Definitely.
Maybe they'll finally get that dark universe going, Chad. Maybe they'll do some.
I legit would not be surprised for that. Yeah, Wan doing something with classic monsters, right? So yeah, I mean,
I'd watch that.
Yeah, it's just weird though. I mean, Warner Brothers has, the Conjurings and all that Wan helped create, and then you'd think that that's the guy they'd want to keep over there, but apparently not. So yeah, it's pretty big news.
Yeah, Phil, much more James Wan produced stuff coming.
Yeah. Well, it's not like it automatically means it sucks, although that seems to be the way it's trending.
Yeah, but we're more fans of him directing than him producing. So
doesn't have as big a hand in it as I would like.
Sure.
Which I don't even know what he's other than the Aquaman sequel, which I think's been done for over a year. So I don't know what he's directing at all.
They're just editing out Amber Heard.
Yeah. Well, he seems to be definitely one for them, one for me. Like he does the studio movie, and then he did Malignant in between the two Aquaman movies. Like that's
sure. That makes
weird
sense.
ass studio movie, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
And then when Conjuring 2, I guess he has quite a few franchises, but I mean he did like Dead Silence and stuff back in the day. But yeah, it's a big story. I think it's kind of like the fact it's like Jordan, like all these fucking NBA players teaming up, and these two big horror icons teaming up together. Like, what's going on? Jordan can do that. Jordan would play on his own team.
Usually in the NBA, when they do that, like when LA tried to buy that team like 7 or 8 years ago, they fucking failed miserably. So we'll see what happens.
Well, if you want to make a horror movie, you got to go through Universal, though. Apparently now.
Yes, that's as it should be, right? I mean, they're kind of the OGs, aren't they?
Yeah, that's true. And with the Walter Hamada thing, I think Paramount's right there behind them. So I think Warner Brothers is just kind of falling to the side, especially with all the directors not wanting to work with them after the whole straight to HBO Max thing that was going on.
Yeah, I mean, Salem's Law's not even dated. That's Warner Brothers right now too, but it's got a undated as of this moment. So we'll see.
Sure. All right, that's the news.
So, Chad, that means it's time to take a little trip to the trailer park, brother. You ready?
Let's do it.
I know they got trailer parks around Kansas City because I saw them.
Too many. There's too many.
We're gonna Brian's gonna bring us the big, the small, and sometimes the very, very weird. What's our first new trailer, Brian?
Well, I saw this posted somewhere, and then I read the little part that I was like, Lance will be interested in this, the little part of the
sure, absolutely
description. Cornish
I
folk
appreciate
horror.
you thinking about me. Okay.
Cornish folk horror. I know you love your folk horror.
Yes, I do.
This is for, I'm probably going to pronounce it right, Enyes Men?
Yes, you got it right on the button. I've been following them for years.
Set in 1973.
Oh, that wasn't a person's name. That was the movie. Sorry.
We all know you follow him now. So. Set in 1973 on an uninhabited island off the Cornish coast, a wildlife volunteer's daily observation of a rare flower turns into a metaphysical journey that forces her, as well as the viewer, to question what is real and what is nightmare.
Sounds interesting. They got a good writer, that's for sure, but I don't remember seeing that in the trailer. But
this is directed and written by Mark Jenkin. The stars Mary Woodvine, which I thought she was that Kate Dickey lady for a second.
Okay.
Edward Rowe, Flo Crow, John Woodvine, and Joe Gray. We will start with Chad.
Looks pretty interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, just based on the trailer, yeah, it got me intrigued. I didn't even heard of this before, but it's Neon, so they usually are known for some of the wackier movies. But yeah, I can get behind it.
Okay,
I'll watch
cool.
it. I'll watch it for sure.
Yeah,
it burrows beneath your skin is one of the lines in the trailer.
I saw that.
They usually have lots of good visuals, the Neon stuff, and that's sort of what stood out to me on the trailer is just had a lot of creepy looking scenes. So we'll see how it plays out. But
yeah, I definitely got the vibe that you can watch it and you can question on what's really happening, what's not.
Exactly.
And,
yeah, exactly.
Kind of like A Field in England or something like that.
Yeah. Dude, I was actually gonna bring that up. That's what it kind of reminded me of the trailer, really. Yeah, especially with the flower and everything, right? Yeah.
You think she takes this flower, which causes the visuals?
Could be.
Yeah, I can see that.
What'd you think, Lance? You're the folk horror guy.
Right. Honestly, dude, I thought you were having me on. I really did. Brian has told me that I'm probably the only person on this podcast who's going to have the movie Men in my top 10. And so I thought, okay, in us Men, Asylum! Brian's giving me a fucking Asylum version of Men. And he's fucking with me. I could have sworn that's what this was when I started watching it. God damn it. But no, I mean, it does look interesting, but Jesus Christ, Brian, I really thought you were fucking with me, dude. Could you imagine an Asylum version of Men, though? What would they do?
This quality was way too high for Asylum with the visuals, so.
Yeah, it looks interesting. I hope we watch it, whether for the show or just talk about it.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see how the schedule works out. This is looks like it's not getting release date until January 12th. So.
Dead month.
Oh yeah, that's not a good sign.
All right. Next up, and which is our final trailer, is the sequel to Searching, which creative name title is Missing.
Oh, that makes sense.
Now you get it, right?
Yeah.
For some reason, IMDb does not have a plot synopsis, but essentially, instead of the child going missing, it's the parent going missing, and it's a little bit more on an international scale.
Yeah.
And
she's definitely got her work cut out for her, that's for sure.
This stars Nia Long and Ken Leung, and Storm Reed is pretty much your main actors and actresses. Nicholas D. Johnson and Will Merrick are the directors, a dual directing team. I like Searching. I think more so because I like John Cho. I like him as an actor. I'll check this one out. I like Storm Reed. She's thought she was really good in Euphoria and a couple of other things I've seen her in. And I like that they're going a little bit bigger in scale. The mom's going missing after she goes on vacation into another country, and putting the little twisty turnies in there with the FBI agent or whoever was on the phone with her, basically saying, "Did you know your mom went by other names?" And she's just kind of like, "What?" So I kind of like the little mystery, the little intrigue in there. I don't know if I'll see this in the theater, but I'll definitely check it out.
Yeah, looks well done.
I think that about hit the nail on the head. I was gonna say it looks a lot like Searching. I didn't realize it was a.
Yeah. looks like a fun movie. Do you like these kind of movies, Chad?
Yeah, I like Searching. Yeah, I mean the writer Anish Giganti directed and wrote the first one. He's just only the writer on this one, but yeah, I mean I thought it was pretty clever how they weave all the technology in, and I'm honestly surprised it's taken 4 years to get a sequel, because I mean the first one cost nothing to make and it made like 75 million worldwide or something like that. So this movie can't be more than a couple $1 million to make, so if that even. So yeah, it's I think it looks intriguing. It's got to do what, January 20th, open at 20 million or something and be a huge hit for them. So yeah, I mean I think this it's a good date for it, and it looks intriguing.
Yep. Like Chad said, January 20th. I think we're all somewhat interested in it. You never know. January is a very open month, so it could show up on the schedule. It could not. We'll see. And that's the final trailer.
All right, let's get into some listener feedback. This week, the podcast spotlight shines on Fatal Follower Presents.
Easy for you to say.
Before I even started. It's a spooky space to celebrate horror and all things horror adjacent. Come and geek out with your creep out. Right. You'll get the tea on current horror content. I'll provide movie and book reviews, share campfire tales, and conduct interviews with artists, collectors, and creators across the deliciously dark spectrum, and so much more. Check it out. Fatal Follower Presents.
Yeah, I think you should check him out, Lance, if you haven't already. They not just do movies, but he does book reviews too.
Really? All
right. And I know you like to read more than.
Yes, I do. So. Yes, I do. So I'll take a look and see what they got coming out.
CJ Japote posted a trailer in the group for Neighbor. Not sure how he missed that one. It looks pretty sick.
Shout out to CJ. He's always posting something in the group. So.
Oh yeah, it's big help, man. we get very few and far between listener feedback now. So, Brian, it almost seems like the only way we get a bunch of feedback is if you put something on there that's like asking people to fight. Like which one's the better of the Halloween movies?
Yeah, come on. I appreciate everybody for joining the group, but I think we just crossed 600, over 600 members in the group.
Feedback, huh?
Nice.
We should be picking and choosing what we want for listener feedback.
You would think. Plus we have an email address, thehorrorreturns@gmail.com. What could be easier? If
you're listening and you're part of the group, I challenge you to post something. The hello.
Yeah. Zim Vader.
Yeah, Zim. You've been kind of quiet lately.
Yeah, Darren Wilson. Come on. Who else used to post a whole lot? Yeah, Lars from Denmark. Come on.
Oh,
Adam Thomas. Calling you out, Adam.
Come on, Adam.
Adam's busy, so.
Well, we do still have B. Jermaine. He says, hey, gang, it's finally here. The first episode of the podcast is now online at all podcast streaming platforms everywhere. For this very first one, I'm joined by my first ever guest and friends Marcy Papandrea, Marcus Will Turner, and Derek Smith to discuss the classic that is the original 1968 film, Night of the Living Dead.
Oh, this is that. It's Bede versus the Living Dead, right?
Yes. And I'm proud how this episode turned out, and I'm excited to go on this journey with this topic for the show. Definitely give it a listen. You can find all the links in our group pages and on social media, and we should be popping up there in a month or two.
Yep, I'm putting it into my stream right now. I got to listen to that first one. I'm a little bit behind, guys. There it is. Found it.
Regarding The Walking Dead, still talking about that.
Still talking about that.
Patrick Lear says, sometimes I feel like I'm beating a dead horse. Get it? Also regarding The Walking Dead, two of them. I'm legit going to miss this show. It's been a long ride.
That it has.
I don't know how many of us are going to miss it, but
but it has been a long ride.
But it'll be back before you know it with the 16 spinoffs.
Sure.
Like, wow.
How many like spinoffs are currently going right now? What, Fear the Walking Dead? Isn't there like day one or something?
Yeah, Fear the Walking Dead. I watched that, but I quit watching. Or I'm going to quit. I promise.
Okay.
It's kind of like when you say you're going to quit drinking, quit smoking, quit having sex with strangers. That kind of shit. Yeah. I'm gonna
Who
quit.
says that? I've never actually done any of that or heard any of that.
Quit murdering people and burying them in the backyard.
Exactly.
There's that. There's Tales of the Walking Dead or
Tales
From
of
the Walking Dead.
But at least that was only 6 bite-sized episodes. Like that one. That one was easy to get through because each one was different. So
okay, so it's just like an anthology show.
Total anthology. Not only anthology, but like totally different. Like one of them would be a comedy, and then one of them would be like super serious. So those were easier to get through.
Interesting.
Then they got the Rick and Michonne thing coming out. The Daryl in France for some reason coming out. And
like, I don't understand.
I know. And this is the worst
Who's
of all,
watching
Brian.
This shit?
Brian, what's the worst of all?
Dead Cities, starring Negan and what's her face?
Maggie. So
Maggie.
I'm gonna kill your husband.
Yeah,
and leave you with a child to raise, and then you and I are gonna go hang out in New York.
Team up,
yes.
Yeah.
God damn.
It's the team ups, man. You know, tag teams is what it's all about in horror these days.
It's the next logical thing.
Only makes sense. Okay.
Hey, good for Kirkman, man. Spinning that fucking comic into like 19 shows. He's collecting those checks, I guess, right?
Maybe maybe give us something new. Maybe I don't know. Fuck.
He's doing Invincible too, right?
Yeah, that was
true.
Fantastic.
That's true.
It's like, that roller coaster was really fun for the first 30 seconds, and then it just kind of turned into a cram. All right. Regarding The Last of Us, Marcus Will Turner says one of the greatest video games of all time. One that not only received universal acclaim, but is marked as one of the most significant masterpieces of a generation. Has been adapted and is coming to HBO next year.
Can't wait.
Never played it, but I have heard.
One of my favorite games ever. Absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
Totally agree with everything you said.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I was saying I agree with everything you said.
I believe that's coming in January.
Mm-hmm.
More January magic, huh?
Yep. And we got the amazing Megan.
That's right.
You know, there's already a sequel in talks for Megan also.
Because they know that's going to make...
How can they do that?
Because it's January, it's a horror film, it's a killer doll, it's going to make money.
The problem is it's PG-13. They're dropping the ball there. Like, totally dropping the ball.
That is a major droppage of the ball, dude.
Yep.
No horror movie should be PG-13.
Yeah.
Let's see. Regarding Little Darlings, Patrick Lear says, had a mad crush on McNicol as a kid. McNichol? I don't know.
Oh, Christy McNichol. Sure.
There you go. Zim Vader. Hey, there he goes. He's back. Says, I don't know how to find my address on Patreon, but I doubt it's correct. Also, what's a koozie? I Googled, so now I know. Here they are called stubby holders.
Come on. That sounds so...
It sounds wrong.
Little sheath in it, you know?
Yes. Stubby holder sounds wrong.
Stubby holders.
Leo W says, hi, here's yet another entry to the Amityville franchise out this November 22nd by Wild Eye Releasing.
Brian?
Adding it to the list.
Yeah. Ghosts.
Amityville Watch is coming back.
Yeah, okay. I'll believe it when I see it. Come on.
You'll see it.
Okay.
You have to take a break eventually.
Yeah.
Ghosts of Amityville. The synopsis follows the sudden tragic death of her mother. An 8-year-old girl is haunted by the demonic spirit of a man linked to the original Amityville murders.
Oh boy, that's going way back.
Who eventually manifests himself in reality as her greatest fear, a creepy circus clown.
See, now with my history of the many movies with Amityville, at least this is connected. It's connected to the murders. Most don't even have the house or anything.
Oh, God.
How are we going to promote this movie? Slap Amityville on it?
Yes.
Yeah, well.
Amityville has to be like, what do they call it? Like Night of the Living Dead, where you can like show it anywhere without...
Yeah. The rights have either got to be really cheap or free.
Yes. Didn't somebody make a movie called Hamityville something like with killer pigs in it, or am I'm thinking of something else?
Amityville Sharks coming to a theater.
I think that's out actually.
They already made that.
Made that one.
It's a house. That's it for listener feedback this week. Our show intro and all of our new t-shirt designs come from Steve Carlton of The Geeks, and they are pretty fucking cool shirts. So go to thehorrorreturns.com and check those out. And be on the lookout for more great stuff from Steve.
Yep.
Our artwork for the logo comes from Natsulani. And if you'd like to help us out, please consider becoming a Patreon patron. We'll let you pick the movies for a future show at any amount, and for $5 or more a month, also pick a commentary for a future bonus show. And now we have stubby holders available.
That's what we're going to market them as.
All Patreons will get one for free. All patrons, however you say that. As usual, be patient. Sometimes it takes us a while to get stuff mailed out. But yeah, get you a good koozie or stubby holder. I'm using that from now on.
I like it.
And on to our featured attractions. Took us a minute to get there. Sorry, guys. We rambled. But this week, our Thanksgiving month feast continues with 2022's Fresh and the brand new The Menu. We'll start with Fresh, which was a Hulu movie. Follows Noah, Daisy Edgar Jones, who meets the alluring Steve, Sebastian Stan, at a grocery store, and given her frustration with dating apps, takes a chance and gives him her number. Director is Mimi Cave in her feature film debut. Writer is Lauren Kahn, also known for Ibiza and The Jew Girl. The title of the movie and intro credits don't appear until 33 minutes into the movie, once you realize what's going on. Jojo T. Gibbs broke the top of her heel bone in a take with Sebastian Stan after she jumped and landed on the floor while she was chained to it. The scene was in the first cut of the movie, but later dismissed. That sucks.
All for naught.
I know it. All right, Chad, what'd you think about Fresh?
So I went into this movie with absolutely zero expectations. I just watched it actually in for Halloween month, Horror October. I waited till October to watch it even. And I actually surprisingly had a pretty decent time with it, man. I don't know. I like I said, I had no expectations. I'm not a big Sebastian Stan fan. I don't know. I think maybe Pamela and Tommy. He overacts the fuck out of that show, and it just bothered me.
I never even watched that, dude.
He's just. I mean, she's really good in it, but he just overacts. It's like he's. Just, I don't know. He's Tommy's a douche, but he's extra douchey. I don't know. Something about it.
It's like a cartoon.
But no, I mean, I thought this was like a really stylish, like the way it was filmed, especially for being her first movie. The music's pretty good. I thought Daisy Edgar Jones was pretty decent. And like, I mean, I'm not a big, cannibal shit, but like, I think they do a good job of balancing the comedy quite a bit with this. I don't know. Like I said, I went in with zero expectations, and I actually ended up having a pretty decent time. So, yeah, I don't know. What did you guys think?
Brian, you want to take over?
Yeah, I was semi interested when we reviewed the trailer. I think I was a little bit more interested than my co-host here, but when I actually seen it, I was pleasantly surprised. I was really entertained. I think, I don't know if there's too many things I could say that other than when he plays Winter Soldier that I like Sebastian Stan. I kind of can remember that he did that I liked, but I think this would probably, outside of that, be the best thing I've seen him do.
I agree.
Daisy Edgar Jones. I don't think I recognized her for anything, and I think she did a phenomenal job in this. I even liked her friend. Kind of sucks that she broke her heel bone shooting a scene and that didn't even use it in the movie.
She reminds me of the girl from True Blood.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
We doing spoilers?
Not till the alert, because it's a 2022 movie.
So we doing 2 alerts?
Yeah, 2 alerts. We're gonna do 3 next week. Shit.
Okay. Yeah, I like the dark comedy aspect to it. I actually think it was a welcome surprise, because I don't even know if I remember it was going to be as comedic according to the trailer. And then when they added that little touch to it, it just kind of added to the entertainment. And there's a lot of questions that I kind of came out with after watching it. And I would actually like maybe a sequel or a prequel movie.
It would make sense, wouldn't it, considering the setup?
But yeah, overall, I think it was. I think Hulu's doing a great job. Chad brought up, this is Searchlight, and Disney owns Searchlight. 20th Century Studios, and I think lately they've been just kind of releasing a lot of good movies on Hulu. So I'm here for it.
All right. Lance?
I enjoyed it, man. I remember I watched it with you, dude. We were over at the house, and I think it's like the weekend it first came on Hulu or something like that.
Yeah, it was like the day it came out.
Yeah. Okay. So what I like about this movie is at the beginning. I like the beginning of the movie probably. I like the first act the most, I think, actually. So I can talk a lot here before spoilers. Like the way that she was trying to find a decent date, and like you see these douchebags that she's trying to go out with and stuff like that, just trying to find somebody to be not necessarily even a soulmate, but just somebody to hang out with and that kind of thing. And the way
that guy with the fucking scarf.
Yeah, right.
Talking about
his name was Chad. Okay, fuck off. His name was Chad.
Hey, I was gonna leave that part out. I was gonna leave that part out. I was just gonna mention.
I know.
Fucking Chad.
I have to rise above my shitty name.
I was only gonna bring out the scarf and the hot sauce talk.
At least you're not named Karen.
Yeah, that's not good now.
But it's not far from it.
So the setup, and this is all pre-spoiler, I think, but the setup with the way that he, introduces himself in the grocery store when they meet, I really love that scene, because he pulled that off so well.
Yeah,
that I would think anybody would fall for that. You know what I mean? Like, he just seems so self-deprecating and nice and cool and down to earth.
Charm.
Yeah, totally charming.
Using grapes that taste like cotton candy. I mean, come on now.
Well, I've seen him in a lot of other roles, and I'm going to agree with Chad. I'm not a huge fan of this actor because, like, for example, when I saw him in you guys saw The Devil All the Time.
Yeah.
Where he played the dirty deputy or whatever the hell he was, where he was taking money and stuff like that.
Wasn't my favorite character out of that movie.
No, not at all, man. I don't know. For the most part, I don't care for him that much, but something about the way he pulled this role off, especially just the glee that he had when he was like cooking and he was in the kitchen and
that's a good scene,
real Hannibal Lecter-ish. So I was a fan. I was a fan of this movie.
Yeah, and that's. I kind of like going into movies totally blind like that, and since we saw it the day it came out, I literally didn't know anything about it. It was just that one for the trailer that we watched, and I couldn't even really remember what that was. So
all I remember was it showed like the packaging, like you buy in a meat market with the shrink wrap over the meat.
Yeah, I kind of didn't like that they did that with the poster, because I didn't.
It gave too much away.
I didn't really know what to expect from the trailer, and then when the poster came out, I was like,
right.
Well, yeah, and then, but like going into it blind, the credits not showing up, or the opening credits not showing up.
Oh, yeah, that was a trip.
I love that.
Yeah,
a really cool stylized decision, especially if you didn't know what was happening, because it almost seemed like it was going to be like a rom-com.
Like a rom-com, totally. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Until first act.
Yeah, until you really get into it and you realize what's happening, and then it's boom, fresh. Yeah. I was like, oh, that was cool. I like what they did there.
Very, very expensive meats, that's for sure.
Yeah. Music was fantastic. Some of the dancing sequences in this movie.
Oh yeah.
I'm never really a fan of but were fantastic in this movie. I thought they were great. Some of the best visuals of the movie.
Yeah, I mean, Machina vibes there.
Yeah.
I mean,
the dancing.
Outside of the cannibalism, and the kidnapping, I think they would actually work as a couple.
Jesus Christ. Oh, man, nice guy, minus the psychopath part.
Yeah, I mean, in the dance sequence, they were in sync with their dance moves. Right. They had some sort of connection.
And I did just see Daisy Edgar Jones in Where the Crawdads Sing.
Oh, that's right. That was her. Yeah. That was her. Okay.
That was all right. That wasn't really what I expected.
Yeah. She's got a career, I think, coming up. What do you think, Chad?
Yeah, no, she's definitely. I mean, Normal People was her Hulu show during the pandemic that really blew her up, and then she was in Under the Banner of Heaven, that Hulu show as well. With
haven't seen that. She's in that too.
Yeah, she's in that as well. Okay. But she's definitely an up and coming actress for sure. She's gonna start getting cast in a lot of stuff. But yeah, she's good.
Good. She's British.
Nope. They all are, right, Chad?
Who's not British?
Like every time you see a really cool actor that pops up, you're like,
right. Yeah, with like a New York Bronx accent or something, and you found out he's from fucking Wales.
Guess American accents are just really easy to do.
I guess.
There's just
what does that say about us? I don't know.
Carl. But yeah, no, I was really impressed with this movie. I liked it. I guess we'll do scores and spoilers. So
sure.
Chad, what do we think about scores? 1 to 10.
I'm gonna give this a 7. Yeah.
Okay.
Strong 7. Yeah.
Brian.
I'm gonna go a little bit higher. It's not quite an 8, but it's not quite as. I'm gonna go 7.75.
Damn.
Pull out a weird score this week. Okay. I thought everybody was really good in it. I liked the little dark comedy aspect of it, and the visuals. For what was her name? Mimi Cave, the director, for her directorial debut. I think she did a great job. So.
Yeah. All right, Lance.
Oh yeah, easy 7. Easy 7. I mean, it was shit. I mean, it's not because I don't know, man. My gold standard, if it's 8 or higher, it's in contention for top 10. This one's not, but it's a damn fun movie. So easy 7.
See, and I'm gonna give it an 8 because I think that maybe it's in contention for top 10 for me.
Holy shit!
I mean, I don't know. It's one that I'm gonna have to take into consideration. Like when I start thinking about movies that are gonna make the top 10, I'm gonna have to write this.
Yeah, it's gonna be in the conversation, huh?
Yeah, and I think I probably would have called it that you would have gave it a higher score because of the music, and you're out of the three of us, you're more the music guy, so
yeah,
makes sense.
That makes sense. Yeah, and the stylized part of it was really cool. I love the music. All right, spoilers. Brian, what kind of questions you got?
Okay. Do you think we get the backstory of where this meat goes with this kind of culty organization with this demonic logo? Is it possible? I seen a video on it and it kind of piqued my interest that when she first tastes human meat for the first time and then she has those flashes, does she kind of connect with everybody that eats the meat?
What the fuck? Dude.
Like kind of a sentient hive mind kind of.
That's crazy.
Because why else would she have why else would they show these flashes?
I don't know. Dude, you got me thinking now. That's a bizarre thought. I thought it was just like a directing decision, like a decision in the way the movie was going to look. But
the first time I seen it, but on the rewatch, it kind of made me think. Especially everything seemed very culty. Especially with this logo, and it feels very ritualistic. The way they kind of gather around the meat and. And then these super, what do you say, the richest of the rich, the 1% of the 1%. When you get that fucking rich, you get weird.
So you're telling me Elon's eating a leg right now, huh?
Hey,
probably more like Epstein.
Don't shut down on Twitter, but yeah, probably he is.
Or Bill Gates, right?
Yeah.
That guy don't even go to the grocery store, so he's getting his meat shipped from somewhere.
Sure.
But that's how that whole shit happened. The 1%, the 1%, and things got weird.
That's why I kind of would
bizarre.
like to
That's bizarre.
Kind of see if it was going to be a sequel. I would like to see her maybe kind of, because she seemed to kind of like human meat when she tasted it. She wasn't really repulsed after.
Well, I mean, who wouldn't?
She vomited the first time though, right? She was like throwing it all up.
Well,
that was the psychological part, right?
Well, sure, yeah.
Once she settled into it and said, "Okay, well, what the fuck?"
So
let's give it a real try with an open mind, right?
In my mind, a sequel would be her maybe kind of battling with the fact that she might kind of like it and might try to search out this organization. But then I kind of want to see a backstory about this organization,
right?
Because you can get into some fucking really weird shit, with these people.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was the movie we saw a couple of years ago with Samara Weaving and Glenn from The Walking Dead in it, where they were doing the bizarre.
Mayhem. Talking about.
Like where they were all
the corporate building.
Mayhem.
Yeah, that
Mayhem.
I thought, dude, Mayhem. I thought Mayhem had a great setup for like a series or a whole bunch of movies or a TV series or something, and that never happened. I guess it still might. That would be pretty cool, especially if Samara Weaving's in it. But I can see what you're saying, Brian. This is ripe for that type of thing.
There's just so many aspects I wanted to see more of, like when we get the reveal of the wife possibly maybe being a former victim that he just made his wife, and I kind of wanted more on that backstory, because you get the bathroom scene of her kind of checking her face to see if she has any wrinkles or anything. He's supposed to be a plastic surgeon, so
we want to live forever.
No, I think she was more so
drinking
checking
baby's blood.
I think maybe more so she's checking because she's trying to see if she still is up to his standards.
Sure.
Yeah. Because clearly he was going to replace her with this other lady.
Right. And there's a lot you could say about that on a society level too, right, Chad? I mean, like that's like a big issue. It's like
definitely
aging and being replaced and out with the old and in with the new and all that shit, right?
Yeah. Well, I guess my only question about that kind of like final scene is because the wife is saying like we need to clean this up, so that the dude that she's with is clearly still around there, and these girls are all in the woods still. So it's like I feel like that dude's like the enforcer guy. Like is he not gonna like hunt them down to find them? Like I don't know. Like they're all wounded and one of them doesn't have an ass, for fuck's sake, right? So
I kind of wanted to see what that looked like. I really did.
No. We get to see her with she's like standing up and dancing, like seems fine. I'm like, you cut my ass off. I don't think I'm walking around for like a month or two.
No shit, dude.
Daisy is beautiful, but the first part of her that I would cut off is probably not the part that she's already missing.
Okay. Oh, Phill.
Maybe he's just not an ass man. I don't know.
Yeah. How about the boobs,
And I gotta say, MVP of the movie goes to her friend's former boyfriend, the bartender.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
As soon as he heard the gunshots, he was like, "What do you say? I seen how this movie plays out."
Yeah, he's like, "You've seen this movie before, yeah."
He must have been in Get Out.
I totally have to give him the MVP.
It's like that Geico commercial with the room with all the dolls in it or whatever.
That's right. That's right. Like, yeah.
Nope.
I've seen that.
That may be my favorite commercial on TV right now. All right. Any other comments on Fresh?
I think that's it for me.
Sounds like it's certified fresh on rotten horror returns.
See what you did there.
All right, so I think highly recommended. If you it sort of flew under the radar. If you haven't checked this movie out yet, then definitely go watch it on Hulu.
I love it. Okay.
All right, let's move on to the menu.
I wish we had a piss break sounder. Philip, dude, did you get with Jack about that soundboard yet?
No, man, I'm doing shit.
Come on. Yeah, but all right. So here's the deal.
I'll figure out a soundboard though, and I'll get with Jack on it.
You do that, dude. But between the two of us, I think we should get together to figure out the YouTube thing. All kidding aside,
I think I'm probably gonna upload it on YouTube after we talk about this.
I've been hearing so many people say that their listeners and watchers and followers jumped so much after they went. I don't know why.
Is this going to be on the show right now, or are we?
I could edit it out, or we could.
Okay. Well, I was going to say, I think I figured out that we just need to bleep out anything within the first 5 minutes, and then we're good.
Okay.
Well, what we'll do
let's
first
leave it in there then, man. Our listeners deserve to know what
this
we're
is
planning.
totally staying in because I'm not going to take time to edit a video. I don't even know that I have
Yeah, and somebody's back. I like that.
I mean, did you want just dead air? Did you want to say, "Hey, Chad"?
No, dude, that was fucking awesome.
We just had a conversation about you pissing.
We were just lamenting that we don't have a piss break sounder here, so you know.
Well, I've had 5 drinks in this last hour, so you know.
That's all. Damn, dude, you got to catch up.
They're flying by. Going through me.
All right.
It's nights early, Lance.
Yes, it is.
I gotta work in the morning.
What's on the menu?
Which leads us to the menu. Brand new movie in the theaters. A young couple travels to a remote island to eat at an exclusive restaurant where the chef has prepared a lavish menu with some shocking surprises. Director is Mark Mylod, also known for several episodes of Succession, Game of Thrones, and The Affair. Okay.
Ah, a TV guy. Okay.
Writers are Seth Rice and Will Tracy. In 2019, Emma Stone was attached to play the lead role, with Alexander Payne directing.
Oh, wow.
2021.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. In 2021, Anya Taylor-Joy replaced Stone and Mark Mylod directing.
Oh, so they went with somebody with even further eyes of fire.
Yeah, they like the weird eyes, I guess. Screenwriter Will Tracy came up with the idea of the story while visiting Bergen, Norway, when he took a boat to a fancy restaurant on a nearby private island and realized they were stuck or trapped on the island until the meal was done. The lavish food layouts were prepared by renowned French chef Dominique Crenn, the only female chef in the United States to attain 3 Michelin stars for her restaurant Atelier Crenn in San Francisco. Though many of the cast and crew were often tempted to taste the delicacies between takes, they had to be reminded that the food items were predominantly props and thus inedible.
And they will be killed if they touch it.
Chad, what do you think about the menu?
I fucking love the menu. I saw this a couple months ago at a festival and with a full crowd and got a lot of it was one of those movies that definitely enhanced with a crowd.
Okay.
In the comedy,
I thought you were going to say with mushrooms, but okay.
Well, I mean, maybe that's the third time I watch it. So I mean, it was a full packed house. Everybody was laughing. As we left the theater, they gave us cheeseburgers, so it was like
nice
on top of it. So yeah, I mean, they definitely played it up really nicely. But no, I thought this is one of the funnier movies I've seen in a while. Obviously social commentary, but it's also just like a straight genre picture too, right? I mean, like this is
right.
I mean, Ralph Fiennes is pretty much fantastic in everything he touches. I love that dude. Anya Taylor-Joy, I think, is great in this. Nicholas Hoult is just the biggest douchebag in the world in this movie. But he plays it so well.
Yeah.
I think the supporting cast, I liked all of them a lot. I kept you guessing. I really, really dug this movie. Kind of same thing. I didn't really have much expectations, but I love Succession, so I knew Mark Mylod was from that. So I was anticipating his movie a little bit, but yeah, I really, really dug this. This is probably in contention of my top 10 as of right now, I think.
Very nice.
So yeah, that's where I'm standing. So where are you guys at? You're all like, I fucking hate it.
Hold on, before we move on, Chad, I want to know what visual would be on your tortilla.
That's a good question, man.
That is a good question, isn't it?
Well,
judging
by what was on there, as if Chad tells us, he probably would have to kill us.
That's right.
It's probably me passed out somewhere from drinking too much.
Sure.
I don't know.
Sent to the wrong person.
Oh, I've never seen a dick pic in my life. Okay.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna start now.
Just because my name's Chad doesn't mean I send dick pictures. How fucking dare you?
Right.
How dare you?
With or without the scarf.
Oy, oy, oy.
Oh yeah, that's a good. Yeah, that would be a nice little addition ornament for the yeah. Gonna up my dick pic level of game apparently. Okay.
Brian, what'd you think?
I have to agree with Chad. I love this movie. It is possibly in my top 10. I'm along with Lance, my friend here. I'm a big fan of food shows. And the way some of the scenes went, this was like your favorite food show that just went into fucked up places. And I thought Ray Fiennes was excellent. I know I cracked jokes on Anya Taylor-Joy's eyes, but I really enjoy her as an actress. I thought she was really good in it. I love the supporting cast. I don't know how I spaced out. I didn't even know John Leguizamo was even in this movie, and I like the character he played in it. Nicholas Hoult, this ultimate fanboy, foodie asshole.
Right.
Man, I wanted to punch him in the face so many times. and that's the credit to the actor playing it well.
Yeah, if you want to punch him in this, you ought to watch that series, The Great, that he's in. Okay. You'd really want to punch him. Where he plays Peter the Great.
A little bit more darkly comedic than I actually thought it was going to be, which just like fresh, it just added to my entertainment. And as the story progressed, it just had me just trying to figure out where is this going, where is it going. And then when we got there, I was just kind of like, wow. And just overall, I thought it was just a great movie.
Yeah. Lance, what do you think?
Man, I don't know how I got to see the trailer for this one a long time ago. It was before, I think it was, help me out here, Chad, remember the werewolf movie where they had to make the silver bullets and it was the family that got slaughtered?
With that guy, they keep pushing him, big actor. The Boyd Holbrook.
Goddamn.
Oh,
yeah,
yes.
Boyd.
I know what you're talking about.
The Curse? Maybe The Curse?
Yeah.
I think it had two names based on what country, but
so
I think so I think I saw it before that, and so I was so excited to share this with my wife because this is like one I know we're going to watch together because we're incredibly big foodies. We love the Michelin star restaurants. We love the big chefs. Food Network shows, stuff on Netflix, anything having to do with food, we're fucking all over it. I mean, for fuck's sake, she's a district manager with a company, a retail chain that sells nothing but incredibly high-end, expensive, cutlery, cookware, gadgets, coffee. I mean, for fuck's sake, dude, they sell a $6,900 coffee maker at her store. Okay, so I knew this was going to be a great movie for both of us to see, and I came home so excited. And I'm like, oh my God, you got to see this trailer. This is one we're going to watch together. And so I look it up, and all I could find was like an old Korean film with it called The Menu. And I'm like, is it a remake of that? I'm like, I'm wondering. So I kind of watched the trailer. I'm like, it doesn't look the same. I don't think it's the same. I think it's just like the same name, but Americanized. So finally, I don't know, fucking a month later, I found it and watched it with her, and she's like, yeah, I'll go with you to see that. That looks amazing. So, of course, we went and checked it out. We went to probably the very first, we're not like fucking Super Chat over here, okay? Make no mistake, we don't get to go to these goddamn fucking events and see these wonderful movies 2 months in advance and talk to everybody about how great it is.
Man, I'm just feeling attacked right now.
No, dude, all kidding aside, man, it was everything that you hinted that it would be. I love the fact that when I kept asking you, is it kind of like this? Is it kind of like this? You said, nope. And you were right, because it's not like any of that. But it's sort of a dash of this, a smidgen of this, a dollop of this. it's almost kind of like they took all these ingredients from all these great films that we've seen over the last 3 or 4 years, and they've made it into they've congealed it. They've gelled.
Mhm.
We gel. They gelled it into this great fucking original thing that I did not see coming. I didn't see anything in it coming.
Yeah.
And it was amazing, dude, because usually AJ can figure movies out from the beginning. And so probably after about like the third act, I'll always look at her and I'll say, what's happening? What's the end game going to be? And like 9 times out of 10, she gets it. But she looked at me and she honestly said, I have no fucking idea. That's the mark of a good movie. So we enjoyed this a lot, man. And when I saw the trailer originally and I saw all the talent that was in here, and I definitely remember Leguizamo being in the trailer, and I definitely remember like a couple of the douchebag financiers. A few of them I've seen in other roles before too, and they've always done well.
I'm an alpha. You know who I work for? I was like, I can't wait for you
to get your comeuppance, right?
Yeah.
And I was just like, why are they lowering these, or why are they carrying these wings out, you know? And why are they saying that every single meal is part of a master painting that he designs, that at the end you're going to get it? It's all one, you know, it's just crazy, dude. And then I love fucking the way they turned it on its ear. Like they would show course number 1, like you're watching a A24 movie, right? And it's like the fucking the card that you see that says course 1, and it gives you the exact description of the meal. And as the movie goes, they just get more and more chaotic and off track from what it was expected to be. And then the fact that Anya Taylor-Joy's character is such a fucking wild card, as we find out later, I won't say why, but there's a reason she's a wild card. She's different from everybody else there. And then when they get that turnaround at the end where she realizes all I have to do is this, and it works, I'm like, holy shit, what a great movie. Yes, I did enjoy it.
Yeah, I think I'm definitely going to end up having to rewatch this one. It's going to be in contention for top 10 for sure. I did not expect any of it. This is not the movie that I thought I was going to be watching at all.
That's a good sign. That's always a good sign, right? Kind of like Barbarian. Not at all.
Yeah, exactly.
I thought I was going to watch.
Yeah. It was something, you know, and not as wild as Barbarian, but it just did not go in the directions that I thought it was going to go at all at any point in time during the entire movie. But very, very interesting. I'll give it that.
Yeah, these are few and far between because there's so much out there that's just like follow a formula, follow a formula because we know it'll make money. And this is like one of those where they said, don't follow a formula and let's see what happens. So anybody know what the box office numbers are? I know we're only on the first weekend here.
No, I made 9 million, a little over 9 this weekend, I think.
So that's modest, right? But
it was projected. It was projected 8 to 12. So yeah, it landed in that, and it'll get good word of mouth. It's got a good audience score, so I think over the Thanksgiving holiday and stuff, it'll keep doing some business for sure.
Well, and then between these two, I kind of wanted to watch Bones and All more because that one just came out, right?
Is that out yet? I think
it comes out.
You tell me it was coming out next week.
Comes out this Wednesday.
Oh,
I think it got a limited release.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that one too.
The menu worldwide box office is at 15 million now.
Okay.
Yeah, overseas.
Shit. Wow.
Yeah, great cast. And Anya Taylor-Joy, listen, she does look weird, but she's also beautiful. It's kind of goes together.
Yeah.
She's unique, just like the movie.
Yeah, well, this movie, I enjoyed this movie a lot more than I did The Viking. That's for sure. Is that what it was called, The Viking? I don't even remember the name anymore.
The Northman. Oh,
there you go.
I just got that movie on 4K the other day. How dare you?
Do you love it, Chad?
Did you get the Black Friday sale?
Yeah, it was only $9.
Yeah,
I got it.
I had to pick it up too.
Everything Everywhere All at Once for $9. The Batman for $9 on 4K. Yeah, I still buy some physical media. Okay.
I didn't own Interstellar, and I got that for like $7.99.
Yeah, that's awesome, man.
All right, I bought that movie on iTunes, and I've never rewatched it.
Are you talking about Interstellar or the Northman?
Interstellar. It's just like too deep for me, man. But I got to give it another try. Maybe with some of those shrooms you guys are mixing into the food in the menu movie here.
Lance is not a fan of the Northman.
Not really. I wasn't a huge fan. Chad, you loved it or what?
Yeah, it's probably my top 10 of the year so far. Yeah,
I love it. That's beautiful.
We got 6 weeks left. I don't know. I mean, I think 2022 has been a bad year for movies, if I'm being completely honest.
See, so. I think the exact opposite, dude. It's going to be very hard for me to come up with my top 10. Well, what did you think about Everything Everywhere All at Once? I think we talked about that a little bit.
Yeah, that is in my top 5 for sure. Yeah.
Did you like Nope?
I did like Nope. See, I think it's been a great year for horror. I just don't, the movies overall. I think the horror movies this year have been like top 10. I mean, it's an amazing year for horror, I think.
Okay. All right.
But yeah. Do you not agree?
I totally agree. And here's what bothers me, dude. The last 3 or 4 times I've been to the movie theater, besides having to watch fucking Nicole Kidman every goddamn time I go because I'm AMC, right? Yep. Every fucking movie has been Oscar bait bullshit, and they all look fucking horrible this year. To me, they just all look so contrived this year. Like, I don't know. I'm not excited about any.
There's a lot of movies about Hollywood. Stuff. I mean, it's Spielberg making a movie about movies, The Fabelmans. You got Sam Mendes making Empire of Light about movies. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Babylon's all about Hollywood.
You got it. You hit the nail right on the head. I'm like, way too much masturbation this year, but we'll see. Maybe Jordan Peele will get in there and get another screenwriting Oscar or something. Who knows?
But you weren't a big fan of Pearl or X, right?
Not a huge fan. I enjoyed them, but I wasn't like blown away with either one of them.
No. Yeah, I think it's been a great year for horror. It's just the movies I think in general have kind of been lacking, but yeah, there's always great ones that come along. So yeah, 6 weeks left. December is usually full of some decent ones. We got Violent Night, looks pretty fun. A few weeks.
Yeah.
I don't think it's gonna be a top 10 though.
Well, no. But it looks fun. It looks like a fun genre movie. Yeah.
Everything Everywhere All at Once is maybe one of the classics of all time. I think I could definitely.
I know that's gonna be a tough battle between that and Nope for me at the end, but we'll see. And something else may pop up. Maybe this one we're talking about right now. Who knows?
Maybe. I got a lot of movies to rewatch. I'm at the.
Yeah.
Turn the TV on while I'm smoking the bird.
There you go, man. Well, just deep fry it, man. Then it only takes like 30 minutes, right?
Ah, hell no. I got a big old cinder block smoker in the backyard.
You got to do the smoking. I got you.
I'm doing a brisket some stuff with it. All right, scores on the menu. Chad, what do you think?
Easy, strong 8 for me. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I there's nothing I can really, nothing I didn't like about it. I thought, the cast is great, the writing's really clever, really fun all around. So yeah, I definitely recommend this.
Brian?
Exactly everything Chad said, except I'm gonna go 1 point higher and give it a 9.
Oh wow, this show's like crazy tonight. A lot of repetition here. I'm right with Chad again. I'm easy 8. It's exactly an 8. This is an 8. This is exactly what an 8 is supposed to be for me, which means it's almost guaranteed a top 10 spot.
All right. And part of the reason that I have to rewatch this movie is because I didn't see this in the theater again.
Phil, you're killing us, dude.
I know, dude. But so I definitely need to rewatch it. For now, I'm going to give it a 7.5, so I'm going to be the low man.
Okay.
But
just for that, you have to go see Men 3 times.
Don't do that.
I might have seen that one enough. Yeah, I reserve the right to go higher. All right. Spoilers.
All right. I'm just gonna jump in real quick and say I really enjoyed Ralph Fiennes and Nicholas Hoult. We already talked about his douchiness in it, and Anya Taylor-Joy, but the supporting cast, I thought everybody did a great job, from the lady that was the food critic to her Yes Man publisher that was with her, to John Leguizamo's past his prime actor that's still what do you call himself? A name drop whore or whatever.
Absolutely.
He's just name dropping people he don't even really know.
That's the exact line.
That fucking movie he's in too. It's like the best title. I can't even remember what it was.
Good
like,
I think they wrote it.
Dr. Sunshine or something.
Yes, that's what. Yeah, he's like, I watched this movie and I fucking hated it.
A fucking Robin Williams movie or something.
So good.
Oh, after that scene with the Coast Guard guy, I love that he brought it up as a movie that he liked, but come to find out he's just actually working with the chef. And
the Coast
really
Guard
don't like it.
The Coast Guard scene, Brian, was the one scene that kind of took me out just a little bit because I was like, I know for a fact this dude's in on it. It was too obvious for me, but you know.
As soon as he pulled the gun, I was like, oh, okay.
Right. Here we go. And then he started pointing it.
And who else was in the cast? The three investment guys.
Sure.
Bring the breadless dish. He's just like bringing some bread. Do you know who I am? Do you know who I work with? She was
the breadless dish.
I liked her response. She was like, I know who you work for, not with.
She was pretty good, man.
Yeah,
Hong Chow.
Yeah, she's
straight face.
Awesome.
And I will say I did want a little bit more with the staff. Because this is completely seems like a cult. They're willing to die for their leader. Kill themselves.
Yeah, you got the mask, Brian. What else do you need, man? Come on.
Yeah, but
that tells you everything you need to know. If he'll do that.
You get the story with the one sous chef that he basically was trying to fuck her multiple times and she kept saying no and. Mm-hmm. She got to stab him in the leg, after his apology, and it was you find out it was her idea for the mass murder suicide at the end. And I'm just kind of wanting to know why is everybody on the
same page?
That was my question throughout the whole movie. I'm like,
a little far-fetched, huh?
Yeah, how is everybody just on board with this?
Well, what freaked me out was when we found out Nicholas Hoult knew about it the whole time and that he invited someone to come with him that he knew was going to die.
And she did exactly what I was thinking in my head when she punched the shit out of him.
Oh, she totally reminded me of what's her name? The chick from Glow when she was in The Hunt. That was kind of like the same character, right? In the same basic scenario, except like you said, Chad, it wasn't the most dangerous game story. That was just like one little scene.
That's what you kept asking about that night. Yeah, you're like, surviving the game. Is it that? I'm like, oh, no, I can't tell you anything.
Not quite.
Most dangerous game or some kind of serving people cannibal thing or whatever.
Sure.
Mm-hmm. Not really,
but it was none of that.
Yeah.
I kind of got some vibes from Pig. Because the one scene where Nicolas Cage went in and told the guy, hey, you wanted to do you didn't want to do this. You're miserable. You did not want to fucking be here. You wanted to make, like a British style pub and do pub food. You should have fucking done that, you dumbass, And then that reminded me so much of when she looked and saw the picture of him. All the pictures of him, he's looked miserable, except the one where he was flipping a hamburger and he was smiling just ear to ear. And it's like, okay, that's coming back. That hamburger is going to play into this somehow.
Yeah, and I just love, can I get fries with that? And he was like, julienne or crinkle cut, and then she bites it and was like, that's a good burger, but my eyes were bigger than my stomach. Can I get this to go? And I'm like, is this your way out?
Control.
Is this
that was a way out. It worked. I love it, man. She got through to him.
But at what point do you say I need to get the fuck out of here?
Well, they all tried, didn't they? I mean, early,
the one
did
guy,
a lot of people try?
He tried to break the glass with the chair, which wasn't working. And Ray finds the chef. He even mentions it later. You guys could have probably
done more.
Leave and maybe succeeded, but you guys didn't even try.
They became sheep, right?
Well, and then even when he gave him the head start, listen, if you give me a head start and let me run off into the woods for a little while,
I'm jumping.
what, 2 guys after me? That's at least a fair shot of
a
me.
fair shot, right?
Yeah, but see, my
that did go
thing
down
is
a little too easy, didn't it?
my thing. He said run a head start to run.
Right.
Everybody ran someplace to hide. I'm fighting for my life. I'm not sitting in a pigeon coop, even though that guy did get rewarded for being the last one caught.
Yeah.
Right.
He was an interesting little dude.
Yeah. Yeah, that was pretty interesting.
I did think it was fucked up. The one lady got killed because he was like, "What college did you go to?" And she was like, "Brown." And he was like, "Did you have student loans?" And she was like, "No." And he was like, "You're dying tonight."
Oh God!
Because the whole thing was you're a giver or a taker, and all the people that were getting murdered were takers, and
of course,
what I thought they should have did was when she revealed, "I've been stealing money from you," and this and that. If they had so many people's information, like they had that information, like you're not really a good person, you're just pretending to be. I wish they would have just did that instead of just like. With the whole, I mean, it was funny that you don't have student loans, so you're dying tonight too.
Yeah,
she grew up rich.
Well, that and then the tortilla scene, I started kind of getting a Saw vibe. Like, okay, this is Jigsaw, and he's gonna like punish everybody who like spit on him in a bus or something like that. Did y'all think it might start going that direction?
At that point, I didn't really know where it was going.
Right.
I thought he was going to kind of kill them one by one and then serve them to each other.
Oh, that would have been interesting. Well, maybe in the sequel.
He did put that guy's pinky in the gift bag for him.
Oh, that's right. There was a lot of comedy sprinkled in here, wasn't there? More than I thought there would be.
Oh yeah.
If Gordon Ramsay was as much of an asshole as he sounds like he is.
Exactly. Yeah. Gordon Ramsay's a pussy compared to this guy, huh?
Well, Gordon Ramsay, he's not as much of an ass as he appears on TV. He's actually a pretty decent.
Well, gotta ham it up for the camera, right?
But most of it is an act. I mean, some of it's not, because that just is kind of how chefs are. But
I don't know if you guys really watch a lot of his stuff. I did like. I don't know if they threw it in because of Gordon, or when he called that guy a donkey. Okay. That is some Gordon Ramsay stuff.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah. He'll call someone a donkey or something ridiculous like a donut, and you're just like, is that bad in England or something?
Right.
I don't think there's a whole lot of doubt about it when it comes out of his mouth, though.
my wife, because of who she works for, she's come in contact with a lot of big name chefs, and like Giada. You guys have heard of Giada, right? Mm-hmm. She said she's like the biggest fucking cunt ever. Yeah, she was like, I want this here, and I want this here, and you get over there, and you stand here, and what the fuck? Why is this not ready yet? And she was like a complete prima donna.
Well, so she totally seems like that from her on TV.
Okay, so she's true to life then. AJ was just cracking up laughing at some of the scenes where they were like, "Yes, chef!" Almost like Nazis doing the salute.
Don't put that on YouTube.
Good movie. It's already there.
Cancel already.
That was quick. Didn't even get to the second course. Any other words, guys, before we call it a night?
Couple of good movies.
I think so.
Yeah, we've covered a lot. Obviously, this one has a lot of social commentary, right? About the haves and have-nots, and the people who serve and the people who sit back and accept.
Yeah, real quick, we didn't talk about it. Her being out of place was the fact that he can tell she was in the doing air quotes service industry. I mean, she's still servicing people, just
in a different way. Yeah. I didn't see that coming. That's for sure.
Well, to be fair, her industry and his industry, they both make people happy. So,
but at the same time, it makes sense why Nicholas Holt's character was fine bringing her along without telling her either. He thought, she's like lesser part of society. I'll bring
absolutely disposable, right?
Mm-hmm. Kind of makes me want to see who this other chick was that he was supposed to bring.
Yeah, it's true.
I think there's more to come, Chad, don't you? I think we're going to get something else is going to come from this, if not a direct sequel, like some kind of an offshoot or something.
I mean, what's left? They're all fucking dead. It's just hurting.
Yeah, they're s'mores.
Yeah, but there's still the idea out there. I don't know, man. I see something else coming. I might be way off.
Thing ever. Their little marshmallow jackets.
Yes. Oh my god.
Oh yeah,
showing like the chocolate melting on their face and shit. They're just
Midsommar eats your heart out. All right, well, Chad, thanks again for joining us, dude. Tell us what's coming up. You got anything you like to pimp for Binge Media, or just like listen to the fucking show, people?
Yeah,
like everybody should be.
No, like I said at the beginning, there were 12 days of binge commentaries are coming. A bunch of Christmas movies and a bunch of assholes just, doing commentaries for Christmas movies coming up. Like I said, we're relaunching movie homework. It's going to be, I think people will really like what we're going to do with it. It's kind of cool. Flipping it what we did before, so it's going to be fun. But yeah, just same thing. 708-406-9546 is the voicemail line to call in. A binge, of course. So yeah. Just talk shit. That's what we do over there on Binge Media. So yeah, man, it's good brother sister podcast network relationship we got going with you guys. So yeah, absolutely. So
very good, man. Thanks for joining. I'm sure we'll see you sooner than later. I know Alex is gonna stop by in a few weeks, so that's always fun.
Very nice.
All right, and as always, we want to thank you guys. I'm talking to you, YouTube watchers that just saw me do the Hitler salute. We want to thank you for listening to another episode of The Horror Returns.
Can't edit it out now. You just brought it up.
Yeah, well, that editing is a motherfucker, dude, when I get down to it. So we'll see. But sometimes it's kind of funny as long as you say, what does Weird Al call all of his performances? He says it's parody, right?
Yeah, that's
right.
So we're straight parody. Right?
Yeah.
Copyright. Parody.
Yeah, I don't think that one counts. I'm pretty sure there's people in jail for that kind of stuff in Europe.
No parody. No parody pass, huh? Okay. Well, thanks for listening to another episode, maybe the final episode of The Horror Returns. We would love to hear your feedback and ideas. You can always reach us at thehorrorreturns@gmail.com, and we're serious. When we say send us some feedback, please do. We really do want to read it on air. You guys can always find us at thehorrorreturns.com and follow all of our social media from there. Next week, we're going to remain in the year 2022. So 3 spoiler alerts next week. We're going to review Barbarian, Pearl, and Terrifier 2.
Yeah, and real quick, depending on how news and trailers is, we'll probably cut that out unless there's something absolutely we need to talk about. So
yeah, we can do that because we might have a guest, Brian, or what are you thinking?
It's up to you. You schedule a guest.
Dude, if we've got a slot open.
I just work here.
We do have a guest, and he is a filmmaker, so that's always cool. So we'll put the IMDb links on and stuff like that, but we're going to talk about some 2022 movies. So until The Horror returns again, Phil.
Good night and bon appetit.
Speaking of which, Brian, we really need to finish Hannibal.
I'll get with you tomorrow, and
I'm ready. I'm ready.
We'll work it out.
Okay.
We'll work out a schedule.
We only have 4 episodes to go. I really do need to start putting them up on Patreon. So it is Thanksgiving week.
Yeah.
This is the perfect week to roll it out, right?
If anything, put the first one up on Patreon.
Okay, cool. We'll do that.
And then we'll release that like a week later to everybody.
I will do that between tomorrow and Wednesday for this week, right. Okay? So thanks again, Chad.
Thanks, Chad.
Yeah, man. Thank you guys. Yeah, great time always.
All right. Take care, guys.
All right. Later.